Have you been told that your baby has reflux, which is why they're arching and screaming and unsettled a lot of the time? Have you tried anti-reflux medication, but baby still seems to be screaming and arching all the time? Hi there, it's Neesha from My Favourite Physio. In today's video, I'm jumping in to share with you 3 reasons why baby is arching despite being on anti-reflux medication or formulas. So here at My Favourite Physio, we see lots of little ones, and often parents come in with concerns about either baby's feet posture or the hip development, or perhaps their neck muscles because there's a head preference and a flattened head shape to one side. When we assess our babies, we'll look at babies' movement patterns in general. Every now and then we might see a baby who's arching and screaming and very unsettled throughout our session. On questioning, parents will say, baby has reflux, we just fed them. And they're always like that, arching and screaming after meals. In fact, they're arching and screaming all the time, despite having fed or not fed. This is where we would then talk about other possible causes for baby to be arching. So I thought I would jump in here and share it with you out there. So the number one cause for baby to be arching despite having anti-reflux formulas or medication is that baby perhaps has some food intolerances. So particularly if a baby is being breastfed, if mom is taking dairy products, or maybe perhaps having spicy foods, or perhaps having a lot of garlics, that could actually pass through your breast milk, causing baby to be very unsettled. Some babies just get very gassy and bloated because of that. And so as a result, they're arching from this pain, epigastric pain, and they're just tummy distended and very uncomfortable. If that's the case, then a breastfeeding mom needs to start eliminating their diets to figure out what food is causing baby to be so unsettled. And you'll find that if you eliminate dairy products, you might find your baby more settled. Then perhaps baby has an intolerance to milk products and cheeses and dairies. So you have to be careful what you eat. Sometimes spicy foods can trigger babies as well. So breastfeeding moms have to be aware and perhaps keep a diary of what you're eating and baby's responses when you breastfeed. A second cause for baby to be very unsettled and arching after meals is when baby has a lot of gas in their tummy because of the way they're actually sucking. So whether on breast or a bottle, if they're sucking and gulping a lot of air, and on top of that, parents are not burping baby enough. So they tend to have little gas bubbles that would then eventually build up, and they would feel this discomfort, they would arch, they would scream, and then perhaps a burp and a vomit comes out. So the one thing you can do about that is you either give baby Infocol or something similar to help with the gulping of the air so that the little air bubbles can gather and baby can burp it out easier without having this discomfort 30 minutes after a feed. The other thing you can do is to actually make sure you burp baby well. So the problem is a lot of parents are not burping baby long enough to help gather all those little gas bubbles up for baby to have a good old burp, so that half an hour later they're not distended and uncomfortable, air coming up, and they're just screaming till they vomit everything with a burp. So try that out if your baby's still arching despite doing anti-reflux medication or formulas. The third reason why your baby could be arching a lot is that there's increased muscle tone. Now that particularly is for premature babies if they tend to have a lot of extension patterns, so they're arching for those reasons. Sometimes babies are arching a lot because, they're unsettled and they scream and they learn that as a movement pattern. Sometimes they're actually in baby walkers or bouncers where the jolly jumpers are bouncing around and they have extension patterns a lot. If that's the case, what you need to do is to see an expert pediatric physiotherapist to assess your baby to make sure that, their muscle tone is not too high. If they're premature, we need to be helping them learn better movements. And if they're just arching so much they can't do anything but almost go as a banana shape on their backs, they really need to learn more flexing or curling positions. This is where an expert pediatric physiotherapist can help your child learn better movements so that they don't arch so much and they learn to be more settled. If you would like to speak to one of our expert pediatric physiotherapists about your little one, the number to ring here at My Favorite Physio is 0297904233. And if you know somebody out there who's been very tired with a very unsettled arching baby and they've tried anti-reflux formulas and medication with no avail, why don't you like and share this video with them? Until next time, have a fabulous day. Bye.